a rock star. Every day I rock hard. I'm a motherfucking rock star. Every day I rock hard. I'm a rock star.
Hello Rockstars, I'm Aly, your Rockstar BarGirl. As pretty much any of you know, I haven't been posting very many videos lately. Somehow this seems to keep happening. I keep finding myself in these really demanding management jobs that take me away from my channel and pretty much anything and everything else in my personal life. The last that I checked in with you about what I was doing, I was leaving the cocktail bar that I had opened and was moving on to a new position much closer to home. I was really excited about it to start because I felt like it was going to be a good place for me. It was a little bit time consuming. It was a 50-hour work week, like guarantee. But there were 3 other managers. A particular location had been around for over 6 years. So I wasn't being brought in to create anything or fix anything or build something from the scratch or what have you. Even though it did take up, a good bit of my time, it wasn't anything crazy. And in fact, it was exactly the step back from the even more time-consuming previous position that I had. Well, the first 6 months with the company went well for me, and it went well enough that ownership eventually came to me to ask me if I wanted to take over one of their smaller locations that wasn't doing as well. The position was offered to me, and then right before, like literally the night before I was supposed to leave my previous location and start at my new one, I was told that there was going to be a delay in my start date, and then the nature of the position changed, and someone else was given the GM position, but I was asked to stay on board as the AGM. So there was some drama and nonsense going on there, and it was enough to make me feel like I should just stay put, that I should stay at the location where I was. I really didn't want to leave. I had just gotten comfortable, and I was really looking forward, now that I was out of that stage of learning, to really start making a mark on that location and contributing to it in meaningful ways rather than just sort of like, operating every day. I was ready to now start offering ideas for ways to market the bar, ways to increase sales and foot traffic, and all of those great things that someone like me can do. So I was going to decline the promotion, the new position. I called a meeting with the owner and was going to decline it, and he basically was like, before you say no, I've got more information for you that might change your mind, and he kind of just smoothed it over and encouraged me to take the position. So I did. So I've been there for about 5 months. 1 more month would have made a whole year with the company. And now that I am totally not with the company, I can share why I am not with the company. So get your mugs, folks. Here's some tea. What happened was, I hope this is loud enough. I'm just realizing the volume wasn't all the way up. But in the 5 months that I've been at this location, life for me has sucked royally. At the original location, I closed 2 nights a week. I opened the other 3. When I came on board to the new location, my schedule immediately changed for the worst. We, meaning the company, fired the lounge manager. So then suddenly I was closing, now 3 nights a week. And then the AGM, who was there before me, suddenly quit, and I was coming in early to help cover the loss of her. And then our new GM got hired and came on board, and my schedule was just changed so that her schedule would be, I guess, what she was looking for. Then after she came on board, our bar manager quit very suddenly, and that forced me to be the closer for the other 2 nights of the week. So now I'm closing 5 nights a week. I'm there on Fridays from 4 to 5, 6 a.m. Then on Saturdays from 4 to 6 a.m. Then back on Sunday at noon to stay and close till 1 a.m. And then there Monday and Tuesdays from 4 to 1. Not to mention, once our bar manager left, it became quite clear to us that there was a lot of inconsistency and problems behind the bar that revealed themselves that really needed to be corrected if the project that I was working on, primarily the nightclub, now cocktail lounge downstairs, was going to be successful. So, within 5 months, it was just one thing after the other to make the position harder and harder to do. And through it all, I stayed professional and positive and upbeat because that's just the way I do it. So even though life for me at the restaurant was just getting worse and worse, I was dealing with it. And not just dealing with it, I was also still simultaneously accomplishing all of the tasks and completing all of the projects that were given to me by ownership or by higher ups, and not only meeting their expectations but completely exceeding them. While all of this is going on and I'm still keeping a cheery attitude, I'm going 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months with no word on my benefits package. I have doctor's appointments like anybody else, and I'm paying for them out of pocket because I don't yet have my coverage turned on. So as of 6 months with the company, all of the benefits and salary increases, etc., that I was entitled to was supposed to go into effect. The new position, and this was all discussed before I took the new position, but the new position wasn't going to restart the clock or anything on my employment. So I had negotiated a full medical and partial dental and vision package. I had agreed to that package when I originally came on board with the company because I was not offered the salary that I had asked for. So less salary, but better benefits seemed like a good trade-off. I was offered only 5 vacation days, which is really, really low, but I understood that, I would always be able to negotiate that or discuss that in the future, so I accepted it as my initial offering. It is now July 2nd, and homegirl don't got no benefits. The way that ownership put it, that right now the company simply can't afford to do certain things that it should be doing in terms of my compensation and benefits package. Who am I to say what really can be afforded, right? But that is what I was told when I questioned why I had yet to receive those things and why I had not received a salary increase. I decided to have a meeting with ownership and ask not only that those benefits be activated ASAP, but I also felt it appropriate to ask for a salary increase. With the leaving of our bar manager, my workload had increased. And I, in my meeting, was very clear that I'm a really flexible person. Only 5 vacation days is really, really stingy. So I sat down with them and I explained my reasoning, and I requested a raise for my benefits to be activated immediately. But I also said that I was negotiable, and the 5 vacation days was problematic for me. And so I was perfectly willing to stay at the salary that I was with, an increase in vacation days. All in all of those requests were denied. I was not granted additional salary. I was not granted additional vacation time. And I was given very unclear information as to exactly when I would have all of my benefits and exactly what they would be. Not only was everything denied, but interestingly, I found out that the company didn't plan to do anything to rectify the 4 months without coverage. So that was surprising to me. The company has basically saved thousands of dollars by denying me my benefits package, and their plan was to get them turned on when they got them turned on and then just move forward as if nothing had happened. And when I asked ownership what the plan was in terms of financial rectification on that end, the owner's response was basically, we didn't talk about it because you didn't bring it up at our last meeting, so that's on you for not bringing it up, I guess. So as you can imagine, it wasn't going to work. And so I made the decision. It was a very difficult decision, but I made the decision to part ways with the company. I just realized that I was sacrificing entirely too much. I can totally understand the argument that there's not enough money in the well for a raise, or, we will negotiate a raise for you when we get to the 1 year mark, which was mentioned. Those things are reasonable and made sense to me. But the idea that you would not pay for the benefits that I was entitled to. And mind you, if I hadn't harassed them to get them turned on, in theory, they may have never, right? Like, no one was in a rush to start paying for my insurance plans coverage. You don't work as hard as I do, put as much energy into the work that you do as I do. Like, there's no other way to respond to that than to just say goodbye. I just decided no need to put in notice, no need to stick around. I will not give my energy, I will not give my work product over to people who would do that to their employees. So I have said in the past that I never condone anyone like quitting on the spot or not putting in their notice. So it's going to seem super, super hypocritical on my part because that's exactly what I did. But the reason that I felt that it was different in this case is typically when you are a bartender or a server and you walk out in the middle of a shift, or you don't show up, you no call, no show, or whatever, your decision to do so typically most negatively affects the other bartenders and servers that you're working with, because they are now going to be tasked with making up for, the work that you are not doing. As a manager, it's a little bit different. The people who are most directly affected by me not showing up suddenly are the owners and maybe the other managers. The only manager on board in this case is a general manager who, for lack of a better word, is a complete bitch. Weirdly enough, I was able to work with her just fine. I didn't have the issues with her that everybody else did, but I wasn't exactly, or at least I certainly didn't see myself as her subordinate, so it made her like really nasty rudeness and lack of consideration kind of like whatever, that's just how she rolls. It didn't really bother me too much that she's a super bitch. So I knew that my decision to not show up suddenly would only impact her and the people who were screwing me over. I knew that all the bartenders and servers would be just fine, aside from the fact that they would no longer have their favorite manager around, but I knew that they would in reality be just fine. So I left. Yeah, I sent a resignation email at like 6:01. Well, first of all, before I sent it, I was a nervous fucking wreck. I wrote the email and then I sat on my couch for like 20 minutes, shaking and sweating from my palms and my pits and just being like, I can't believe I'm about to do this right now. I eventually got the guts to hit the send button. Actually, if I can be perfectly honest, my friend and coworker was here with me hanging out, and I had him hit the send button because I literally could not bring myself to do it. I was like, you send, you do it. And he was like, okay, send. Yeah, and just said, guys, I'm not coming in, and sort of briefly just let them know that I very much appreciated the opportunity and I appreciated the position, but that their refusal to sort of meet me halfway to make the job itself more doable meant that I couldn't continue on. And of course, they were very upset, and it's one of the most liberating and amazing feelings ever. I literally danced in my living room. I felt so good. It felt wonderful to take that stand for myself, to say no. So yeah, so I just wanted to post this little video, give you guys an update. Pretty much anytime I change jobs or stuff like that, I like to give you guys a little update about what I'm doing. I'm already interviewing, so hopefully soon I'll be bartending somewhere pretty cool, and I can let you guys know where that is. So if you're in the New York City area, you can come and check me out. So if you aren't already following me on Instagram, make sure you go do that right now at RockStar_BarGirl, and you're just going to be seeing a lot more of me. So I hope that you're into that, because it's coming at ya. Otherwise, hit me up, send me your questions. If you are job searching right now too, I am right there with you, my brother or sister out there looking for work. Definitely take a look at my job search tip video, because I am literally going through those exact steps right now, and they have always worked for me. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here because this video is now 65 times longer than I intended. Thanks so much for watching. Definitely like this video. Leave me a comment. Like I said, I want to hear about your job searching progress. And of course, subscribe. And of course, as always, I will check you guys in the next video. Bye, Rockstars.
I'm a rock star.